Hi. So, as soon as I get my computer to work. Okay, so I promised to do a little bit of a training video, and I want to talk about the things that I have learned, the kind of the do's and don'ts that I've learned in my first few months as a LuLaRoe consultant, and I'm hoping that these help you. First of all, I have to apologize. I am wearing LuLaRoe under my sweatshirt, but it's December, and I live in South Dakota, and we're expected to have 40 below wind chills. So it's freezing in my basement. And it's like 11 o'clock at night because I just got done doing a live sale and taking pictures of all of my new inventory, and I'm freezing. So we're just going to have a heart-to-heart here, and I'm going to be in my sweatshirt because I'm cold. So the first few things that I wanted to talk about is basically the first week, the stuff that I wish I would have done the first week and the stuff I did do the first week that was helpful. So one of the things that I did the first week was I really created excitement before I even got my onboarding call, but I also created excitement the week of, or like the week that I got my onboarding call until I got my inventory. And I really tried to get people excited. So you're like, well, how do you do that? I did a lot of giveaways, and I didn't necessarily do the giveaways where it's like add 10 people to my group and get a free pair of leggings, or add 10 people to my group to get a chance to win $50 in Lula Cash. I don't really believe in doing that. Honestly, I think it's tacky. I think that if you really want your business to grow the way that you see a lot of these gals doing it, where they're doing tons and tons of sales every single month, you have got to build relationships with people. So I don't recommend doing those giveaways. I did the giveaways for the gals that were already in my group, and I did ask them to go ahead and invite any of their girlfriends that they think would love LuLaRoe, but I encourage them to actually message those people to ask them if they'd like to be added to the group. You would be surprised how many people and their quality customers that are probably going to be loyal to you that are in your group. So my big advice for while you're in the queue and your first couple of weeks is don't worry about how many people are in your online group. Quality over quantity, okay? Because there are gals with 600 people in their group that have better sales than gals with 2,000 people in their group. And it's because they know the people, and the people like them, and the people are paying attention to them. If you're like me, you get added to just like random groups and you have no idea who these people are, and you're not going to ever buy anything from them. So I just don't recommend doing that. You're going to save yourself money actually by doing that, because you're not going to be doing all of these giveaways, which are essentially kind of useless. So create excitement. I did online feeds, just talking about different things. Facebook Live gets a lot of interaction, so videos are really, really good, whether it's showing them your new inventory, letting them look at small Irmas or whatever, or just announcing a giveaway or something on a live feed. Ladies really like live feeds. The best time, like me, I'm a mom of young kids, so the best time for me to shop is either at nap time in the afternoon or in the evening after 8 o'clock, which is usually when most people put their kids to bed. So that's the best time to do those live feeds, because people will actually watch them. One thing that I wish I would have done is I didn't take pictures right away. I had kind of decided that I wasn't going to do the online inventory sales. I was just going to do Facebook Live. But I realized that you get two kinds of shoppers. You get the shoppers that like to do the Facebook Live sales or the Periscope sales, or whichever platform you're using for that. Then because they just like to see you on camera and get to know you, and they like all of that. And then you have your gals that just want to get it done and they want it to be efficient, and those are the ones who really like the album sales. Or I use a website called Row With Me, and I really like that website. Love that website. Highly recommend. I think it's like $10 a month, and you can have up to 500 items. I think that's what it is. I don't know, but it's like super cheap. So I really like that. I didn't take pictures my first week, and so like a month in, or 2 months in, I ended up having to take a week and just take pictures of all my inventory, and my inventory had grown, and so it took me out. I spent hours and hours and hours taking pictures. So take pictures of your initial inventory. Buy a light kit, get a mannequin, take those pictures, make them good quality pictures if you can. I use an app on my phone. This is super important if you guys are going to take pictures. I have an app on my phone. It's called PicFrame. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, you can't see it. It's called PicFrame, but I love it because I take all of my pictures from my phone. I have an SD card on my phone, so don't use up all the memory. But you can take the pictures right in the app, and it creates the collage for you. So what I do is I have one frame that says the size, and then I have one frame of the whole view of the dress, and then I have a frame with the close-up of the pattern. So I feel like that's been getting a lot of good feedback. So I highly recommend PicFrame is what it's called. All right. So do that, because then once you get like little shipments after that, like I got a shipment of over 50 pieces today, but it only took me like an hour, 15 minutes to actually take those pictures. So it's a lot more efficient. When you're doing live sales, highly recommend getting these tags. They're coat tags for like coat checks. I think they're called Winco coat check tags. If you like have Amazon Prime, if you are a LuLaRoe person, you don't have Amazon Prime, you have to get Amazon Prime. Just like save yourself headache and get Amazon Prime, because you'll find that you like run out of poly mailers and you're like, oh crap, I have a whole bunch of stuff to ship. Well, 2-day shipping, you can have it to your house. So get these Winco coat check tags. Another thing that I really like, and I got these off of eBay, and I'll just show you, are these little, there we go. These little size tags. So like this one says medium. I like them. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with them. People really like them because it's so easy to find your size, and it just makes everything like nice and organized, and you know if somebody put something back in the wrong like area. But one thing about them is you need to just buy a lot of them, because as you can see, they fall off, and they're plastic, they break, especially when you're packing stuff up and putting it in and out of your car. You lose these. So buy a bunch of them, because you're going to go through them a lot. I think I got mine on eBay. That's what I think. I don't know for sure. Another thing, create a system for shipping. I know everybody's different and we all organize stuff differently, but you need to have some sort of system. So I have like this bin thing. If you go back and watch my very first video that I made about the supplies, I have a link to this bin system, and I love it. So when somebody orders something, whether it's online or whatever, I will pull that order, I put it in a bag, and I put like a little note with their name saying so-and-so invoiced. And then I send them an invoice. It goes in my top bin. Once they pay it, it goes in the next bin. Once I've put a shipping label on it, it goes on the next bin. And then all I have to do is when it's time to go to the post office, or honestly, my husband takes them most of the time, but you just pull out that bin, you have all of your stuff right there. So that's really nice. But have some sort of a system. Whatever works for you. What works for me isn't necessarily going to work for you, but have some sort of a system. And do not, this is very important, do not trust that you are going to remember something. If you are, you guys, I cannot even tell you how many times I've learned this the hard way. If you're ever saying to yourself as a LuLaRoe consultant, oh, I'll remember that. Oh, I can just remember that. Oh, this is so-and-so's. I'll remember that. If you catch yourself doing that, stop. Stop right there. Don't do it. Don't fall into the trap. Because what happens is you think you're going to remember, but then 5 million other things happen, and you come back and you're like, oh crap, what is this? So, yeah, don't do that. Just make yourself notes. Just do it. Have Post-it notes. It makes life so much easier. So yeah, if you hear your little voice in your head saying, oh, I'll remember that. Nope. Even us women who can multitask, don't do it. Don't fall into the trap. Okay. Booking pop-ups, a 72-hour game plan. If you haven't heard about that, you get a card, and you can Google LuLaRoe 72-hour game plan. Very important. I've only had to do it once, and I like barely even had to do it because after about 10 minutes of it, I had the rest of my pop-ups filled. So one other thing is when you get your onboarding package, or at least when I got mine, you get these brochures about, okay, you're hosting a pop-up, now what? And then the Join the Movement brochures. At first, I wasn't taking these to pop-ups. I just kind of forgot I had them. And then I found them one day and I brought them to a pop-up, and so many people looked through them. I just had them kind of there at the checkout. And while they're waiting for you to punch in their information, they're looking at these brochures. But what's great about it is it's a great like kind of bridge into, do you want to host a pop-up? Because if they're holding up the you're hosting a pop-up, now what brochure, you can say, oh, hey, I saw you pick that up. Do you want to host a pop-up and earn free clothes? And after they're looking at it, they're like, yeah. Also, too, some people that are picking up the Join the Movement, you can ask them, like, hey, have you ever considered actually owning your own boutique? And it's just a great way to kind of start that conversation. So get the brochures. Especially if you're somebody who's a little timid about asking people, that's a great way because they're already looking at it. The punch system. Okay. So this is important. The LuLaRoe culture. Okay, I just have to address something that I've been seeing in some LuLaRoe groups, and it really bothers me. And I know that our team, this doesn't happen, and the culture of our team, if I ever see anybody on our team doing it, I'll definitely try to put an end to it because it's not ethical. There's a few different things that I've been seeing in groups. Number one, consultants not giving the correct hostess rewards for pop-ups. The LuLaRoe standard is for every 10 items sold at a pop-up, that person gets one free item. Unfortunately, I see some consultants that are saying that you get 10% of sales. Or I see some consultants who say you get, for every 10 items sold, you get one free item that's $45 or less. And there's two reasons why I would never ever do that. Number one, they should be able to get whatever freaking item they want, whether it's a Sarah or an Anna dress or a pair of Jordans, whatever the heck they want, they should get for free if they've reached that 10 item max. I sometimes don't even make them get to the 10 items. If they get 8, I round up and they get a free item, whatever the heck they want. There's several reasons why this isn't right. Number one, it's against policy and procedures. You're supposed to be doing for every 10 items that they sell at their pop-up, they get one free. It's not a percentage of sales. If you read the policies and procedures, that is what it says. Number two, it's reaping and sowing. So if you're going to be stingy with your hostess, your customers in return are going to be stingy with you. It is so much better to be generous. Think about it. This lady at this pop-up that's hosting this pop-up for you, if it's an in-home pop-up, she spent all this time cleaning her house, because you know how we are. She invited all of these people, even if only 2 people show up. I don't care. Even if only 2 people show up, it's still a party. And like, if it's an online party, they're putting you in front of brand new people, and they need to be rewarded for that. So, like, a lot of times what I'll do is I will even give them an extra incentive for booking a party. So for a while I was doing, you get a free pair of leggings for booking a party. Then for a while, and right now what I'm currently doing is when they book a pop-up, at a pop-up, they get an additional half-price item on top of their hostess rewards. And then the hostess of the party where they booked their pop-up gets $10 to spend at their pop-up. The reason why I do that, first of all, a half-off item is basically no loss to you because they're paying cost for it, essentially. So it's not like you're out anything, and it's an extra perk that they get. But then let's say that we're at a pop-up and there's only five items claimed, okay? This has totally happened to me, okay? There's only 5 items claimed. I'm not going to say to that person, oh, you don't get anything because you didn't sell 10 items. I will give them a half price item because to me, that's what they should get. If they sell 7 items at their pop-up, I'm rounding up and giving them a free item. If they have 13 items claimed at their pop-up, they get a free item and a half off item. Because what I do is I round up, and then if the nearest roundup is a 5, it's a half off item. If the nearest roundup is a 10, it's another free item. You're never going to regret being generous with your hostesses. I had one pop-up, you guys, nothing was claimed. It was an online pop-up. There were no claims, and I still offered to give her a half price item. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. She still put me in front of all these people. I know that some people looked, even though they didn't purchase anything, they still looked. It's still eyes. It's still ways for me to build relationships. And I can build a relationship with that hostess because she's sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, nothing. You guys know when you have a party and nobody buys anything and you're just like, oh my gosh, Lindsay's going to hate me is probably what she was thinking. But then when you come to her and you say, don't worry about it. Hey, you should still get a half off item. They are just like, they think you're the best. Okay. So we have to treat our hostesses like gold. These are the ladies that are getting people in front of you. You have to have that long-term mindset. You cannot be thinking instant gratification. Instant gratification doesn't do anything. If you want instant gratification, what you're going to have is you're going to be doing the add 10 people in my group for free leggings, and then you're going to have 2,000 people in your group and nobody's buying anything. Because their hostess down the street is following the policies and procedures, and she's being super generous with her hostesses, and they're going to host a party with her. So you have to think like a business owner. Think like a business owner and not, oh, I want to make $3,000 this month. You have to think like a business owner. If you want this to be something that's huge for you someday, you have to think long term. There we go. That was my little rant. Sorry, I get frustrated. Like, just do the right thing. Okay? So if you're thinking about becoming a LuLaRoe person, you're going to work hard and you're going to do the right thing. Right? Okay. These are another thing that I do is my punch card system. So what I do is, and I do buy 10 pieces, get one free punch card. So that's another thing that I highly recommend too. And then I actually did a promotion, Double Punch December, so that people could earn double punches. All right, guys, I think that's it. I'm going to try to keep doing more training videos. Some of them will be computer tutorials if I can do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Send me messages. I love getting your messages, and I'd love to answer any questions. I guess we're team building. Like I said in my other video, I'd never planned on having a team, but we're going to team build, I guess. And it's really exciting though, because like just for example, I have some team members that I didn't even know before LuLaRoe, and I'm so excited. We're doing a pop-up together on Saturday and going out to dinner, and it's going to be really fun. So if you want to become a LuLaRoe consultant and you want some guidance, just let me know. One more thing before I go. A lot of people that have watched these videos don't necessarily know our background. We have owned some businesses and do own a business right now. We have been business owners before. And one thing that I will say is, if you treat this like a business, you're going to get results like a business, just with any business out there. But one thing that we've learned in our experience with business in general is you have to be doing some sort of personal development every single day. And I know that the LuLaRoe corporate team, they highly recommend this. They give us a lot of great book suggestions of ones to read. But what we do at our house is for at least 10 minutes a day. And honestly, a lot of times it's an hour. We will be reading personal development. A lot of times we watch videos. We have a lot of videos And we have actually invested money into going to like personal development events. So I'm really looking forward to, I plan at least once this year going to a LuLaRoe training. But in January, I'm going to be going to my 9th personal development conference. Isn't that crazy? I can't believe I've been to that many. It's totally changed our lives, not even just business-wise, but in parenting and time management. And I would have never started doing LuLaRoe if I hadn't done some personal development to encourage me that I could actually succeed at it beforehand and fit it all into my life. So I highly recommend doing that. If you guys want any suggestions, like areas that you want to work on and books or people to go watch your videos and stuff like that, just let me know because I'd love to help you with that too. And all right, guys, I'm going to go to bed.